Hey, everybody. Like I said in the video before, I want to do a DVD update, and I've got a lot of stuff to get through. But first, sorry guys. Alright, a lot of stuff to get to. Can't upload in one video. Has to be done in multiple parts. So, let me get to these as fast as I can. What should I start with? Well, let's start with these flicks, since they're kind of related. They're two Cynthia Rothrock movies, and I've heard they're pretty awful, and I've seen one of them, and those are Undefeatable and Honor and Glory. Both of these were directed by the same guy, Godfrey Ho, who's like notorious for making really bad movies, and these are considered to be really, really awful films. Undefeatable and Honor and Glory. Haven't seen Honor and Glory yet, but I saw Undefeatable the other day, and it's pretty bad. But it's one of those movies, like, even though it's bad, it's entertaining. Like, just some of the crazy shit that happens in this movie. And Undefeatable is actually pretty famous. It's become an online, sort of an online sensation. If you type in on YouTube the worst fight scene ever or the best fight scene ever, this will pop up. Well, not this, but like the final fight from this movie is what the video is. And that's how I found out about this movie. Was when I saw that, I saw, it said the best fight scene ever, so of course I clicked on it, and it was the final scene from this, and it is pretty ridiculous. It's pretty ridiculous. It's kind of funny too, just some of the shit that's in this movie. I want to upload this just so that you guys can see for yourself. I mean, fuck, dude. I mean, right down to like the bad guy right there. I don't know if you can see him, Stingray. That's quite a character, I gotta tell you. Another one that I saw a little while ago, Latin Dragon, starring this guy. I don't know, Fabian Carrillo. That covers everywhere. Look at that. This is like a martial arts B movie, and it came out in 2004. I got most of these are from Amazon, by the way. And the weird thing is that Gary Busey's actually in this as the villain. Granted, he doesn't really do that much, and his character's not much of a villain. He, doesn't really do that much, but I just thought, hey, Gary Daniels, They say Gary Daniels, Gary Busey. Gary Busey's in this as the bad guy, and Lorenzo Lamas is in this as well as his subordinate. They're right there on the back. Busey's on top, right there, and down here is Lorenzo Lamas, but he's got blonde hair in this for some reason, as the subordinate bad guy. This feels like the type of movie that probably should have been made in like the mid 90s or something. It has that feel. It's got that 90s B movie feel to it, even though you can tell it came out in 2004. The lead guy, not much of an actor. Very wooden, very stiff. But he is a good martial artist. He does a good job with the fights, and I'm a sucker for martial arts cheese. So for what it was, it's okay. I'll be uploading it, so you guys can decide for yourselves. Yes. Sorry about that. I had to check something in the kitchen. Next up, The Adventures of Ford Fairlane. Very underrated comedy starring Andrew Dice Clay. I saw this a long time ago. Well, I saw it again recently on the DVD, but like I first saw it on TV on the Fox Movie Channel. That was really funny. Really liked Andrew Dice Clay in this. I bought this now because it's out of print. Sadly, so you probably won't find it in stores. So go to Amazon, eBay, whatever. pick this up. It is actually really funny, sort of a parody of like an action detective story, you know. A lot of fun, memorable dialogue. It's actually got some special features, which was surprising. It's got a commentary with Rennie Harlan. It's got a making of featurette. That's probably from back in the day, though. Music video by Creative Love, Billy Idol, and the theatrical trailer. But, you know, I'll check this out again one day with the commentary by Rennie Harlan. But, yeah, Adventures of Ford Fairlane, very fun, very underrated movie. Definitely check it out. Even if you don't like Andrew Dice Clay, he's actually really funny in this. I've never seen his stand-up, so... talk about this. Next up is Ultimate Versus, which is well, basically it's Versus the Ultimate Edition. Versus is a very fun Japanese action horror film. You know, fantasy. There's some fantasy elements in there as well. It's a pretty fun movie. Versus. This is the 3-disc set put up by Media Blasters, I believe, and Distant Horizons. I've heard of Media Blasters. I've never heard of Distant Horizon. It's a cool steelbook, which is why I bought it. It says Ultimate Versus. It's a 3-disc set. A lot of special features. You know, this version of the film is different from the original cut because they actually went back. They got the cast back together, and they went back and they filmed more action sequences to throw back into the film. So this is like, you know, not just new effects. They actually went back and they actually they shot new scenes for the movie, which I thought was really cool. Kind of a weird movie. I recommend checking out a trailer. I don't really want to go too much into the film. But I mean, this is just a really fun movie. Granted, the characters are not great. But it's one of those movies where, like, I had enough fun with the film, with the craziness, with the story, with the over-the-top gore. This is just such a crazy movie that even though the characters are not top-notch, I liked it enough to where I can kind of let that go. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a conformist. But considering the fucked up world we live in, it's too hard not to be one. But Versus, that's a cool cover, by the way. I like that. It's the main hero. It all takes place in a forest. I don't know if I already mentioned that. It's got zombies. It's got shootouts. You know, it's got, sword play, martial arts. It's got, humor. Check out a trailer. This is definitely worth checking out. This version of the film is out of print, though. But I got it because I wanted the 3-disc set, and I wanted the steelbook because I like steelbooks. It's a 3-disc set, and it's a pain in the ass to get these discs out of here. It really is. I feel like I'm going to break it each time, but, little finesse, just ever so slightly, just get it out. Let's see. Next up, these films kind of go together, so, Cyborg Cop with David Bradley, and then over here we got Terminal, sorry about the glare here, let me turn that light off. There's still a glare. Terminal Impact, and, I am so sorry about the glare, guys. Terminal Impact and Cyborg Soldier double feature. Terminal Impact is Cyborg Cop 3, and Cyborg Soldier is Cyborg Cop 2, which really doesn't make much sense because there is no Cyborg Cop. There are cyborgs in these movies, but especially in the first two that have David Bradley, he's not in the third one. David Bradley plays a cop, but he never becomes a cyborg. So I don't know what's up with that. So I don't know what's up with that. There's cyborgs in him, and David Bradley plays a cop. I guess that's it. But he never becomes a cyborg. He never does. I know because I've looked these movies up, folks. And if you go to this guy's channel, Shitcase Cinema, he does funny reviews of bad movies, and he reviewed all 3 movies. And Those are pretty funny reviews. I will be uploading these, by the way. The thing is, though, this Cyborg Cop, I believe this is the cut version, because the original, yeah, this is 92 minutes. I think the uncut is 95. But it's really not much, folks. I mean, it's like, it's a hand getting cut off. Does that really matter? I mean, not to me. It's kind of hard for me to get a hold of an uncut copy of this. I just saw that for sale on Amazon, so I picked it up. But it's a hand getting chopped off. That's pretty much it. I don't really care. That's the version I'm going to be uploading. Just to let you guys know, it is cut, but it's like it's a hand getting chopped off. I mean, come on. I'll get excited over an uncut version of Friday the 13th Part 7. Okay. Ugh. But anyway, moving on. Next up, Bangkok Knockout. Very fun martial arts action movie made by the same people who made who made Ong Bak. This other film called Chocolate. Which is another martial arts flick I want to check out. Very fun movie, Bangkok Knockout. Not much of a story, not much when it comes to characters, but like the first 20 minutes is setting up the plot, and the rest of the film is just action, action, action. One fucking brutal fight scene after another. It's like a video game essentially, with the group of our lead heroes going from one group of bad guys to the other. Don't want to go too much into the plot, but just very fun movie, very entertaining film. Not much of a story, and some of the humor is stupid, but very fun movie. I mean, look at this review in the back. This sums it up well. A wham-bang succession of grueling, no-rule fights. The action is extremely dangerous, and extremely fun. For the fight scenes alone, I had to get this. I just thought, I saw some of the fight scenes on YouTube, and I thought it looked cool. Picked up the DVD for like $15 at Walmart. Fun movie. Especially, I like this better than On Bak 2 and 3. I haven't even seen On Bak 3, I'll be honest, but I just heard so many bad things about it. But I own On Bak 2. I think it's okay. I like some of the fights. But honestly, it's not a great movie. I think this is a lot better because this has way more action. Like, after the first 20 minutes, it's just nonstop. Just nonstop brutal fucking fights and stunts. Very awesome movie. For the action, if you're an action fan and you were disappointed, if you saw On Bak 3 and you were disappointed, watch this. This is a lot better in my opinion. Of course, I haven't seen it, but I'm just saying, I assume it sucks because I've heard so many bad things about it. Next up, Ring of Steel with Robert Chapman, Joe Don Baker, Carol Alt. I don't know. I've never heard of. I know Joe Don Baker is. I've seen him in some stuff, but I don't know who Robert Chapman is. Haven't seen this one yet, but I uploaded it for you guys. This is up on Jaram 77. This is the last movie I got to upload before they blocked me out from uploading stuff. I don't know. It looks like it's an underground sword fighting movie. From the trailer alone, I think it's like that movie that I uploaded on that other on Jaram 77, To the Death with John Barrett, but with swords instead of martial arts. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but it might be fun. It might be a fun B movie. I don't like a lot of these cheesy B movie action flicks. Obviously. Next up, this film I wanted to see just for curiosity. McBain with Christopher Walken, Michael Ironside, Maria Conchita Alonso, Steve James. He's in this as well. Haven't seen it. I heard about this movie because of the whole thing with The Simpsons. This is the movie that forced them to stop using the character of McBain. Instead, they had to have him by the actor's real name. Something in Wolfcastle. I don't know. I forgot. I don't know. And this film's recently, it's been out of print for a long time, but it's getting re-released. I'll just keep this. I'm not going to go out of my way to buy a re-release of this movie. I mean, it's not really worth it. But, I don't know, I haven't seen it. It's gotten a really bad rep, but I'll check it out. And if you guys are interested, Brad Jones, the Cinema Snob, he did a review of this movie with Matthew Buck, Film Brain, on that guy with the glasses. If you guys type it in, Film Brain, Cinema Snob review, McBain. It's a pretty funny review. If you like the Cinema Snob, which I'm a fan of, and Film Brain's okay. I'm not a huge fan of that guy. He kind of gets annoying in some of his reviews, but some of the jokes he comes up with are really funny, and I've seen some of his videos. But just recommendation: check out their review because it's actually really funny. And because of that review, I'm not expecting the movie to be that great, but something to have for upload. And next up, Little Big Soldier with Jackie Chan. Very disappointing movie. I'll be honest, folks. I don't really buy a lot of Jackie Chan's newer films because he's old. He can't really do that stuff anymore. It's not just the fact that he's old either. It's the fact that he's beat up a lot. He's gotten hurt so many times, and I'm sure he really can't do that much stuff anymore. Which is why, I'll stick with his older stuff. And this was really not that good. He really doesn't do that much. I didn't think it was very funny. I couldn't really get into the movie. I thought it was kind of boring. Really not that much action. And there's a review in the back that says plenty of action, crazy stunts, action martial arts, and comedy. What movie were you watching? efilmcritic.com. Boring. It is boring. Not that much action. I didn't think it was very funny. And to put the final nail in the coffin, Jackie Chan dies at the end. He gets killed. Ugh. He gets killed at the end. Yeah, I spoiled the ending, but you know what? I'm not recommending this movie, so what does it matter? Just avoid this. Stick with his older stuff. I don't really watch his newer movies anymore. Like Rob B. Hood or something like that. Like, I want to see New Police Story, just, to see what he did with that one, because the trailer looked cool. This was like, I kind of regret picking this up. I kind of wish I hadn't. But, this is not that good, to be honest. Next up, I wanted to check this out because I like this martial artist, Johnny Tree Nagayan. It's this movie called Clash, and it's this guy right here. This guy was in the movie, he was in The Protector with Tony Jaa. He's the guy in the white coat who, at that place where they're eating all the exotic animals, Tony Jaa kicks the guy with the white coat in the face into the glass in that door. This is that guy. He was also the lead in this movie that I liked called The Rebel. I thought that was a pretty decent flick. I got that one over there on my shelf. I remember that being a pretty decent flick, and I heard about this movie. I saw it for sale at Walmart for like $15. A lot of these movies they go on sale, like brand new for $15, so I picked them up. Haven't seen it yet, but it might be fun. Eye-popping set pieces, martial arts, and gun battles with plenty of reloading. Gritty, fast-paced adventure. I don't know. It might be a fun flick. But I haven't seen it yet. Next up, very fun movie here. Paul, with Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Seth Rogen does the voice of the alien. Very funny movie. Check this one out. Surprising. I didn't really think much of this movie when I first saw the trailer, because I didn't think any of the jokes were that funny, but yeah, the movie's actually pretty good. I liked it. I thought it was a fun movie. So yeah, that's Paul. Don't like it as much as, say, Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz. I think that's my favorite of them, but I love action movies, and Hot Fuzz is a parody of an action movie, so yeah, but Paul, it's a pretty good flick. Got it at Walmart. I got this one at Walmart too for like $15. Troll Hunter. I saw the trailer for this and I was curious about it. It is one of those found footage movies. But I enjoyed it. I think it's a little too long. I don't really think this needed to be 2 hours long. But solid movie. I thought the trolls were really good. I think there needed to be a little bit more troll action. But what was there, I thought was really well done. I like the guy who played the troll hunter himself. His name, the character's name was Hans, but I forgot his I don't see the actor's name here. But very fun movie. It does kind of end like all these found footage movies do, but not really, without saying too much. All I know is that this is a fun movie. I think this is all better than Paranormal Activity 1 and 2, which I think are really overrated. I think those movies, you know what they are? They're fun house. They're fucking not fun house, theme park attractions. That's what they are. They're theme park attractions. You know, like a haunted house. You know, a haunted house theme park attractions. That's what they are to me. I think they're overrated. This is a lot more fun. And, you know, they did something different with the found footage idea, you know. What if there were trolls in Norway? It's one of the reasons why I really liked Cloverfield, because they did something different. But like I said, that's just my opinion. I don't really like Paranormal Activity 1 and 2. Troll Hunter, that was a pretty fun movie. And even though it has kind of the same ending as a lot of these movies, but not really. Not to go into too much detail, because I recommend that one. Next up, some Lorenzo Lamas action. Well, sort of. In Midnight Man, also known as Blood for Blood. I had this on VHS. I got it. I didn't know it was on DVD. But I got a hold of this Region 2 DVD so that I could rip it and upload it for you guys. Not a great movie. There's really just a lack of action and some other elements of the film that didn't really make sense. Like, Lorenzo Lamas plays a Cambodian. Like, he's half Cambodian, even though he doesn't even remotely look half Cambodian. And then back there, you got James Liu also playing a Cambodian, and he's not Cambodian. Doesn't really look it either. Wearing this ridiculous outfit. They got him wearing... He's got these fucking, like... He's wearing this black outfit, and he pulls out these, like, bat wings or something with knives at the end of them that he uses to kill people with. And it looks so fucking silly. So fucking silly. That it's hard to take him seriously as the bad guy when he's wearing... It's like, I'm Batman! But, you know, something for upload. It's not a great movie, just... Sorry about that. It needed more action. It could have been a lot better, you know. So I'm not really a fan of this movie, but, you know, something to have for upload. Oh, no, this one's a fucking classic, and I didn't even know it existed, and thanks to the people here on YouTube. It's one of the reasons why I'm glad I found this community of movie lovers on YouTube, because they talk about a lot of films that I would have otherwise just ignored if it wasn't for YouTube. And that movie is Nemesis. Before I just had like a DVD-R bootleg that I bought, but it stopped working. It's like starting to skip on me, even though there's no scratches on the disc. So I picked this up, which this is the Region 2 DVD, because the Region 1 DVD is unbelievably expensive on Amazon, but I think you can get this on Amazon UK for a couple euros, I think, from sellers, either directly from them or from sellers. I think I got this from a seller, but I don't remember, on Amazon UK. Yeah, I mean, Nemesis is a fucking classic. It's Olivier Gruner's best movie. And this is a guy who really hasn't made that many great fucking movies. There's been a couple decent ones, like Savad is okay, Mercenaries pretty decent. I got those up on my other channel, by the way, if you guys want to check them out. And Nemesis, you know, this is up on YouTube. Several people have uploaded it, so I'm not even gonna bother. Yeah, I mean, it's just a fun, you know, fucking. They're not cyborgs, they're androids, by the way. At least I think they are. Except for Olivier Gruner, he is a cyborg because he was once human, who, because a cyborg is a cybernetic organism, which means there's organic material there, whereas an android is completely synthetic. But in this, they're gonna get that mixed up. Yeah, but Nemesis, just a very fun cyberpunk action flick. Very underrated as well. Definitely check it out. Next up, this movie, I saw this guy here on YouTube, Explosive Action. I believe his real name is Simon, if I'm not mistaken. He does really cool updates, horror, action. He's got a review blog called Explosive Action. There's a link to it in his channel. Definitely check out Explosive Action. Does a lot of cool updates, VHS, DVDs, Blu-rays. Very cool guy. And this is one of the films he talked about, and I looked it up and I thought, okay. I read his review on his blog and I thought, okay, it looks like a cool movie, so I picked it up. Cartel, which apparently this was re-released in Australia, because he lives in Australia and that's where he got it. And this was released here in America, and I was able to get it used on Amazon for a pretty decent price. It sounded cool, and I haven't seen it yet, but I don't know, Cartel with Miles O'Keefe, and I've never heard of this guy, but I don't know, might be a fun flick, you know. And I'll be uploading a lot of these. I'll upload, so you guys will be able to check them out yourselves eventually. Next up, Hong Kong action flick called Royal Warriors with Michelle Yeoh. I saw some footage of this on YouTube. Looked fun. This is also known as the first In the Line of Duty movie, which I have In the Line of Duty 4, which is awesome, especially if you're a Donnie Yen fan, because he kicks a lot of ass in that one. Haven't seen this yet, but I don't know. From the footage I saw on YouTube, it looked like a fun Hong Kong action flick, and I don't know, I'll check it out eventually. And then go from that to Runaway Train with Jon Voight and Eric Roberts. This was actually made by Canon. Canon actually, I think, produced and released this. Yeah, the Canon logo's on the back. Which is weird, because this isn't really their type of movie. It is an action film, but it's also like a character study about these two guys. Basically, Jon Voight, Eric Roberts, escape from a prison in Russia, I believe. It's either in Russia or in Alaska. Oh, it's Alaska, not Russia. Okay, in Alaska, and they hitch onto this train. Only problem is, I think the conductor dies. The conductor dies of a heart attack, and now the train is spiraling out of control, speeding up and speeding up, and these guys are basically stuck on it. And at the same time, their warden, is going after them. So they gotta be able to stop the train, save their own lives, but also try to, escape. I haven't seen it yet, but I was curious about this. I saw the trailer; it looked interesting. So yeah, that's Runaway Train. Check it out later, and I'll probably upload this one as well, even if it is MGM. They're not exactly that powerful anymore. Next up, this is a Miramax Films double feature. Put out by Echo Bridge. Echo Bridge is a company, relatively new company that's been re-releasing a lot of stuff. Like, they've actually released some PM Entertainment films, and they own all their films. They own all the PM Entertainment movies, so maybe eventually they'll re-release a lot of, their stuff, which would be cool. I like to be able to get a better copy of Deadly Bite, because the one I have doesn't have great picture quality, but they have a deal with Miramax, and they put out a lot of Blu-rays of their films, double feature DVDs like this one. And this one has The Faculty and Phantoms, and I like both of these movies. The Faculty I've seen quite a few times. I actually think that's a pretty underrated sci-fi horror flick. And then we got Phantoms, which I haven't seen in a long time, but I remember liking it the first time I saw it, and I want to check it out again, because after all, Affleck was the bomb in Phantoms, yo. That's from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Awesome movie. Check it out. Yeah. $5 at Walmart. You know, I like both these movies, so this is a good deal. No features, but they're both in widescreen. So if you see that, you like those movies, $5. Can't go wrong with that. Next up, these films go together, so talk about them both at the same time. You got Martial Law, Cynthia Rothrock, and Chad, I Can't Believe That I Am the Son of One of the Greatest Actors Ever, Yet I Suck, McQueen. Ugh. Yeah, Chad McQueen, son of Steve McQueen. Yes. Steve McQueen, considered one of the greatest actors of all time. Chad McQueen would never, ever be called that. Let's just say he's not his father's son. Yeah, Chad McQueen was in this movie called Firepower, which is up on Jerem 707, that he did with PM Entertainment. And he wasn't very good in that. You know, he isn't much of an actor, and he is a martial artist. Apparently, he trained with Chuck Norris, but his martial arts skills in that film I didn't think were that great. You know, especially when Gary Daniels fought. Like, he was out of shape too. You know, kind of scrawny, but not really. Like a kind of little bit husky, not too fat, not fat like me, but you know, he didn't take his shirt off in that movie. Gary Daniels was shirtless whenever he fought. And when he was fighting, like, you know, the karate was on, and Chad McQueen is, like, just kind of half-assed. I saw, like, a little bit of this on my computer, and it looks like he's better in this, you know. If he can at least kick some ass, I'll overlook the fact that he's disgracing his father's legacy every time he opens his mouth. You know, you can do a decent roundhouse kick. I'll ignore the fact that you can't act. And then Martial Law 2, Undercover. This is a slim case, by the way. I believe this is a DVD I got on eBay from a seller in Malaysia. This is weird. And yeah, I'm hoping this will be a little bit better, because this one stars not just Cynthia Rothrock, but Jeff Wincott, the underrated Canadian martial artist. I believe this is actually the first action film he did, and this is what, you know, because of this film, he just fell into action, you know, direct-to-video action films. And a little bit after this, he did Mission of Justice, which I still think is his best film. And I've seen some fight scenes from this, and yeah, he kicks some ass in this one, Jeff Wincott. And we'll be uploading this and the first one, so hoping this will probably be a little bit better, because it's got Wincott in it. Almost done there, here, guys. Next up, Hidden Tiger with Billy Blanks and Mako, or Mako, I should say. He's in this as well. This is also known as Balance of Power in the U.S., and I actually saw this movie for the first time on Telefutura in Spanish. You know, where the title was Equilibrio de Poder, which means balance of power in Spanish. You know, not a great movie. Like, I like some of his other movies better, even though he kind of is a shitty actor too, to be honest. Billy Blanks, he's not really much of an actor. But I like some of his movies, like Expect No Mercy, Back in Action, Tough and Deadly, which he did with Roddy Piper. Towns of the Eagle is kind of lame, but I think Expect No Mercy is probably one of the better ones. Showdown, that Karate Kid ripoff, which is actually pretty fun. I got that on my other channel, and this is uploaded there as well. This is one of the other films I uploaded in one video. Yeah, decent movie. You know, you guys can check it out for free on my channel. Well, not this one, but Jerem 707. It's up on that channel. So, if you guys want, you can check it out for free. That's Hidden Tiger, aka Balance of Power. Next up, American Yakuza with Viggo Mortensen. I was curious about this movie. I've never seen it, but I was curious about it after seeing the trailer. And this guy, Mike, OCP Communications, he did a review of it. It sounded interesting. So I picked up the DVD from Amazon. Haven't seen it yet, and we'll be uploading it later on. Yeah. American Yakuza. Don't really know anything about it. Next up, Back to Back. This is also known as American Yakuza 2. Back to Back. And I believe the Asian guy back here next to Michael Rooker, he was in the first one as well. I guess that's why they stuck American Yakuza 2 on it when they released it, like, on TV. I believe that's what it was called. And in the UK, it's known as American Yakuza 2. Haven't seen this one yet, but hey, I like Michael Rooker. Like I said, really has nothing to do with the first film, but you know, might be fun, something to have for upload. Next up, some more Lorenzo Lamas action. Viper, aka Bad Blood. This is also uploaded on Duran 707. Feel free to check it out if you guys want. Haven't seen it yet, but Lorenzo Lamas does a backflip over a car while shooting at it, so it must be awesome. Back once again. Somebody came home, interrupted me. Sorry. Next up, this film I heard some great things about. And I thought, you know what, it is out of print, so I decided, what the hell, pick it up now so I can see it. Heard a lot of good things. And that film is Uncommon Valor with Gene Hackman. It also has Fred Ward, Tim Thomerson, Red Brown. You know, huge cast of people. I know this guy, Matt, Rambo Rat for Life. This is one film he really speaks highly of. You know, I heard a lot of good things. I've read a lot of good reviews. And it was out of print, so I was like, I want to see this movie. I'm going to pick it up because I want to own it. Haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to check it out soon because I've been really curious about this one. Basically, you know, it's Gene Hackman plays a man whose son went missing in Vietnam. And he gets his old platoon back together to, you know, go back to Vietnam and, you know, rescue his son. And this came out before, I believe, before Missing in Action and before Rambo First Blood Part 2. So I'm kind of expecting that one to be a really good movie. Next up, I had a bootleg of this, but I figured I'd pick up this DVD because it became available on Amazon. And with this, I can maybe make some DVD-Rs and give them to some of my friends because I showed them this movie and they did like it. But I didn't want to make a copy of that because I didn't know how it would come out. But that film is The Perfect Weapon with Jeff Speakman. This is the Australian release. I don't know who put this out. It is essentially the same quality as my bootleg. Slight like VHS quality. If anyone else has gotten this DVD, there's like a little... I saw this on my computer. Maybe it was because of that, but there was like this little... like a line on the bottom that's like kind of blotchy. If that makes any sense. I hope that's just on the computer. It doesn't look like that on my TV. But I mean, the movie itself is a classic. It's my favorite Jeff Speakman flick. You know, very fun movie. You know, this is the film that was supposed to skyrocket Jeff Speakman to superstardom, but sadly that was not the case because the film tanked, which is too bad because he definitely deserved to be a bigger star than he was. But Perfect Weapon, classic. Next up, Martial Outlaw. Never thought that this would ever get an official DVD release anywhere, and this was put out by... It's an Australian DVD put out by RAM, which releases a lot of these movies. They also put out Mission of Justice. I got another one from Bounty Tracker, Lorenzo Lamas. That's another one I got from them. Automatic with Olivier Gruner. They put this movie out on DVD. This is a very fun Jeff Winnicott flick. Very fun martial arts sequences. Especially the scene where he fights all the Russian dudes in this gym where it's like red. And he starts beating the fuck out of these guys with dumbbells. He gets two like steel dumbbells, goes fucking boom boom, hit the guy in the back of the head with it. Fucking clotheslines the motherfucker with it. You know, very fun martial arts flick. This is the type of movie, like, you know, my dad, he rented a lot of martial arts flicks back in the day, which is why, you know, I'm into them now. You know, martial arts B movies, and this is something like, if he saw that cover, and this was like, if he saw that cover, he'd rent it just because there might be somebody getting kicked in the face or being fought with sticks or something like that. I had this uploaded before on Jerem 77. It is up there now, and it's ripped from this DVD. Before, it was ripped from a bootleg VHS rip DVD that I still have. That's up there on my shelf. But I got this because this is a better picture. Better picture than that bootleg, and I uploaded it in one whole video. So it's up on Jerem 77. Check the film out if you like. It's a fun flick. Not as good as Mission Injustice, which is still my favorite, but this is pretty close. This still has some really fun fight scenes. So that's Martial Outlaw. Next up, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Season 6. This is kind of a disappointing season because I thought Season 2 was really good. Seasons 3, 4, and 5 were great. I love those seasons. They're the funniest. Some really funny episodes in those seasons. This, however, has one really funny episode. Why? Because it involves Lethal Weapon 5. Because you see, the gang got together and they made their own version of Lethal Weapon 5. And here you get the extended cut of the film, of their short movie. It's only like, it's 20 minutes long as opposed to what they showed on TV, because they had to cut it down for time. And hilarious, just what these guys did with Lethal Weapon 5. Like, halfway through the movie, like, one guy's Murtaugh, the other guy's Riggs, and halfway through the movie they switch. But one guy was doing Murtaugh in just his white skin with a mustache, but the other guy, when they switch roles, he actually went in blackface with a wig and everything. And Danny DeVito was, he was the main villain. He was an evil Native American who was poisoning the water supply of Los Angeles so that the city would go to his tribe for a new source of water. It's so stupid, but it's so funny, It's really fun. If you've seen the show, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, make that a full-length movie. I'd watch that Lethal Weapon 5. I'd watch that. I'd go to the theater to see that version of Lethal Weapon 5. But nonetheless, that season is okay. There is some big laughs here and there, but more disappointing episodes than great episodes, sad to say. Season 7, haven't seen the first episodes yet. They're airing tonight on Thursday night. Tonight's Thursday. And I'll check them out then. I missed the premiere of the last week. That's why. But they're going to show the first episode of Season 7 again tonight. Next up, got this at Walmart. And one thing about Walmart at schools, when Halloween comes around, they always have good deals on horror films for sale. And I picked up this double feature DVD of Pet Sematary 2 and The Relic with Tom Sizemore. I have the first Pet Sematary, so I figured why not? And The Relic, I remember I saw some of it on TV a long ass time ago, but I never finished watching it. And I've heard good things. Pet Sematary 2, I've heard about. Not necessarily good things about the movie, but I've heard about it, but I've never seen it, so whatever. But the Relic I have heard of, and it was directed by Peter Hyams, who directed Time Cop and Sudden Death with Van Damme. And I've heard good things about the Relic. You know, definitely one of the better Tom Sizemore flicks. Speaking of Tom Sizemore, he actually guest starred on an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And he was actually pretty funny. The character he was playing. If you see the show, then you've seen the episode. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's, you know, I got this on, I think it was $7.50. They always have a good deal. They have they had a whole section of horror films. And during this time period, they always have a lot of stuff that goes on sale for the Halloween season. So I'll probably going back when I get some more money. Next up, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Haven't seen this in a long time. I think it's, you know, hated by a lot of people just because Michael Myers isn't in it, but it's got a cool plot. Tom Atkins is in it. He's the lead guy. This was actually in a $5 bin at Walmart, and I saw this as I was walking past it, and I was like, Halloween 3? $5? I'm taking that. I'm taking that for $5. I want to see it again though, but it's got a really creepy concept, a very cool sort of synthesizer score. How does it go? I'm hearing it in my head, but like I can't. No, I can't do it justice. But anyway, if you've seen Halloween 3, you know what I mean. I mean, so what if Michael Myers is in it? They try to do something different. I at least give them credit for that. Maybe they should just call it Season of the Witch. But yeah, I mean, no features on it. What a shock. But I want to watch this again. I think I saw this a long time ago, but I don't really remember that much about it. Like, I remember the basic plot and the ending. You know, stop it! Yeah, I got some more stuff back here. These next ones will be box sets. I know it's been a long time, guys. Bear with me. These are box sets. These are all box sets of Full Moon Films, which is a company I really haven't seen a lot from, but I've heard of them, so I figured why not give these a shot. And I heard of these movies, so I decided to pick these up. Again, these sets are all from Full Moon Films, and this is the Trancers box set, the definitive collection. Has Trancers 1 through 5, but doesn't have. I know there's this part 6, but I heard that was a shitty movie anyway, so who cares? I saw the first one. It was pretty decent. I like Tim Thomerson in them. He does a pretty solid job as Jack Death. Only the problem with this set is that every picture on it, if I can pull this out, is exactly the fucking same. See that? And then on the back, they give you the cover of the movie. I don't know why they did that, but because they're cheap-ass, lazy motherfuckers. Kangaroo Video put this out. I don't know. But, you know, I haven't seen the rest of them, and I like the first one. I thought it was pretty decent. For, you know, they did what they could with a low-budget film. And these other films also have Tim Thomerson in them. And this is the Dollman Demonic Toys box set, which has Dollman, Demonic Toys, and Dollman vs. Demonic Toys. And I've seen all three of these. The best one is definitely Dollman. Tim Thomerson. I think I like that more than Trancers. I think I like the character of Brick Bardo more. He's more badass. You know, he plays a 13-inch tall alien, you know, because that's how he is on Earth. On his planet, he's normal size, but on Earth, he's only 13 inches tall. But he's got the Proto Blaster, the most powerful handgun in the universe. He fucking blows holes into people when he shoots them. It was a fun B movie. I liked it. Demonic Toys is kind of stupid. It's not a very Demonic Toys is not very good. I'll be perfectly honest. It's not a very good movie. It's not a very good movie. Like it's definitely high on the cheese factor. And then Dollman vs. Demonic Toys. That one is fun because of Tim Thomerson. He's back. He's kicking ass. you know. But this is out of print now. But Echo Bridge Entertainment, they actually released a triple feature DVD. It's only in one case though, not a box set, and where you can get these 3 movies. But yeah, you know, fun B movies. And this last set here, this is the Subspecies, the Epic Collection. And the thing is though, this was put out also by Kangaroo Video, who did the transfer set. And these do have the covers. The covers are different. It's not the same shit. So, I don't know. What was up with that? Why can't they just... Again, I've never seen these movies, but I just bought them because I like box sets. And I figured, you know, they might be fun movies. Who knows? I've heard some decent things about the Subspecies films. You know. It's pretty cheap. Pretty decent price. Like I said, I like box set, and I wanted to see some more stuff from Full Moon. So that's a Subspecies set. So one more thing I forgot to say. Recently, a little while, not recently, like a month back, I bought a Blu-ray player. Now, I don't have an LCD TV. I bought a Blu-ray just to get like special features. Because a lot of these times they don't make 2-disc special visions anymore. Some companies only put special features on Blu-ray, which sucks. And I bought it so that I could check out some special features. And I actually forgot one of the Blu-rays that I bought that I was going to show you guys. The main reason I got a Blu-ray player for was for that Blu-ray. But I'll go get it. Let me just show you these 4. $300. Didn't own this on DVD. I like this movie. I am a fan of this film. I think it's a fun movie. I haven't seen it yet. I don't really need to watch it again because I remember it. I've seen it. I remember the film. Can't tell you how it looks because, like I said, I just have a regular TV. I'm trying to save up for an LCD, but I'm also trying to save up for a car. So we'll see what happens. Maybe eventually I can get one in the next month. Who knows? Next up, the Blu-ray Hobo with a Shotgun, which I enjoyed. You know, it's nice to see Rutger Hauer again in a leading action film type role, and this is just such a fucking crazy movie. Very bloody, over the top, you know, action. And yeah, I mean, I definitely thought this was better than Machete, to be perfectly honest. I thought this was a much better film, in my opinion. And then we got a very underrated sci-fi action flick that came out this year. Got a lot of hate, and I feel it's undeserved. I actually, at first, to be honest, I didn't really like the movie that much. I thought it was okay. The more times I saw it, it grew on me, and I ended up really liking it. And that is Battle Los Angeles. It's not war, it's survival. Very underrated film. I enjoyed it. I thought this was, you know, at first I didn't really like it when I saw it in the theater, but I saw it again a couple more times. You know, I watched it with a buddy of mine who wanted to see it. I like it. I think it's a fun movie. It's a war movie with aliens. Nothing more. And you know, once you accept that, you can actually have fun with it. And this I bought because they said this was going to be a limited edition, but I don't think it's that limited because usually there's a number on the back that tells you which one you have out of, you know, there's like you have number 2500 out of 50,000, but this doesn't have that on the back. That is the limited edition steel book of Scarface. But like I said, how limited it is, I don't know. I haven't opened this yet. I think I'm gonna wait until I get my LCD TV to open this up. But because of the fact that it was limited and stuff like that, and it's a steel book, I saw it at Walmart. I couldn't resist. I picked it up. Although, I wish it had the original cover, the black and white cover. This cover's kind of just lazy to me. It's just a picture from the movie. Thought that was a bit of a cheap shot. And then I have one more Blu-ray, and this Blu-ray is the reason I bought a Blu-ray player in the first place, to check out these special features. So give me a minute. I'm back. This is the reason I bought a Blu-ray player. The Expendables. Yes. Fucking love this movie. It's fucking awesome. Saw this in the theater. Had a fucking blast. Yeah, they didn't put any of the cool features on the DVD, you know, and I bought a Blu-ray player specifically for this movie to check out the Inferno documentary, which I haven't seen yet. You know, been busy. I bought, you know, got a lot of stuff here, but I will check it out eventually. And either way, I didn't have this in my collection. And come on, The Expendables. This movie was awesome. Fuck the haters. Fuck them. This movie was cool. It was everything I thought it would be. A fun action movie. Nothing more, nothing less. That's why I love it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I went on for way too long. This is going to be a shitload of parts. So now I gotta edit this shit. So, yeah, thanks for watching this long-ass DVD update with some Blu-rays thrown in there. And, yeah, stay tuned for my next full movie upload. Later.